Ta-da! Hi, Stella. And here it is. Morning, everybody. It's super bright out right now, so sorry if I don't open my eyes. I'm going to try to dedicate my whole day to installing this intercooler. Well, hopefully not the whole day, but just in case, I have the whole day set aside. I have no clue what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before. I've never even taken the front off my car, so I'll probably break all the clips on the bumper and then have to use those stupid bumper straps. See what happens. There's my brother, so kindly putting the bumper on a towel because he's so thoughtful. Say hi.
Hey.
All right, we got the front of the car off. It's over here. It's all in pieces. The hardest part of getting the front end off were these little crash sensors there. That was the hardest part of getting the front off. Let me show you. So I kind of broke the tab a little bit here. Here's a stock intercooler. So we'll need to take these off. There are some tools that fell down in there. I'll just get those out of there. Get out of there, you're not supposed to play in there. Stupid. All right, we got the crash bar plate thing all cleaned off and just kind of cleaned up the area a little bit. There's a little bit of engine degreaser. Detailing, I guess. Nice. Kids these days and their radiators and intercoolers and whatchamacallers, and for me just a good old V8 motor, a 1975 356 there, that me damn. Jeez, this thing weighs like nothing. Here's a stock intercooler, super light. Here's the Unitronic one. It's a little bit heavier. This is a bad idea. I'm not gonna do that. This AC bracket does not line up very well. As you can tell, right here, this bolt or this hole is supposed to go where that is, and it's off by like a centimeter. All the other bolts are done up. So it sits on just fine, but it definitely doesn't line up on this. So something to consider when you buy this. Well, like I said, it was gonna take all day, and it took all day. It would have been quick, but I like to take my time. Being really careful, at least in the first half, and then the second half I was not careful at all. When I took off the bumper cover, I saw some rust on the crash bar, so I got some like Rust-Oleum and kind of like, well, scraped off the rust and then like sprayed over it, painted it, so. And then the intercooler inlet hose was terrible to get on, and same with the outlet hose, that was pretty hard to get on, but the fitment was okay on that. Like I said earlier, the AC condenser, the bracket on the side of it, hit the intercooler, it hits the intercooler, so it doesn't really fit very well. And then when I was putting on the bumper, there are two little pegs on the side, so when you slide the bumper, the actual bumper itself on, not the bumper cover, when you slide it on, there are two pegs that go into the fenders, and they're plastic, of course, because Volkswagen, and naturally both of them snapped, and so then I had to go to AutoZone, buy some JB Weld to try to fix that. While the JB Weld was curing and setting, took the headlights and tried to polish them up. Ended up making them look kind of worse, honestly. And then I came back, JB Weld was nice and dry, so I tried to slide in and boop, both of them popped off again. So I just gave up on that. Slid the bumper on, eventually got things to fit up, tried to find all the screws that I thought I had organized, but apparently I had lost them. And put everything back together, it was great. Shut the hood, dropped the car, went to start it, and a message came on saying, oh, your right headlight's not connected because you were impatient and you forgot to look at that because you were sick of working on your car all day. So great, so let's pop the hood. So I pulled the latch and nothing happened. Yeah, then I realized that I had forgotten to reconnect the hood release cable. So the hood was shut and the car was on the ground. So then I had to jack it back up, take out the wheel well, take off the wheel, try to reach up and like reconnect things. Yeah. Welcome home. I ended up pulling the cable and releasing the latch that way, and then I got things reconnected. Yeah, so it took me about 10 hours to do a 4-hour job, so that's a new record for me. I'm really good at this stuff. Now we're gonna go for a drive and see what it's like. Okay, we're gonna start it up now and see if it starts. Okay, so it's been almost 2,000 miles since I've installed the intercooler. My initial thoughts of it, I didn't really notice a difference. Like most people say, they don't really notice a difference when they do an intercooler job. It's true, because it doesn't really add power. And to be honest, I didn't really notice a difference until 4 days ago, when I went on like a 2-hour-long drive, like a cruise, and I was with my brother and his Mk5, and I was with one of my friends in his BMW 430, and we just wanted to see who could reach the speed limit the fastest. So we compared my car against the BMW and then the Mk5 against the BMW, and normally my car and the Mk5 are pretty close. My car pulled away from the BMW pretty fast, and the Mk5 was kind of struggling to pull away from it. So my car was significantly better, and the Mk5 was super heat soaked. So we're just gonna take it up a little canyon road right now. Just see how she does. We are up here, basically at the top of this canyon road. We're gonna drive back down and then do some pulls down there in the canyon and see if the performance is any different than before. So, final thoughts on this Unitronic intercooler. So the part wasn't super cheap, it was $500, but in comparison to other intercoolers that are like similar quality, the APR one is just way overpriced. So don't ever buy that because it's pretty much the same thing as the Unitronic one. The only other one that I can think of that would be better is the integrated engineering one, because it has a FDS, it's like an internal fin design, it's flow distribution system or whatever. I was going to buy that one, but it was just out of my price range because I'm a poor college student. I think in this case, the Unitronic one is a better value. It's a better bargain than the integrated one, just because it's, $300 or $400 cheaper depending on when you buy it. I bought mine on sale, so it was only $500 instead of $600. Whereas the integrated one is like $900, something like that, which is a lot of money. And I'm very impressed. I really like this Unitronic intercooler. I wasn't
I didn't really like it at first just because I couldn't really feel a difference because I installed it in like March, so it was still cold out. So it wouldn't have gotten heat soaked anyways, but it'll be interesting to see how it performs in the summer. I'll do a follow-up video of testing the performance in the summer. Be on the lookout for that. I'll try to test it maybe in July or whatever when it's like 100 degrees outside. The install for the Unitronic Intercooler was about as difficult as everyone makes it out to be on the internet. I thought, I've changed my oil before. How hard can this be? And it took me like all day. But that's because I was taking my time. It's totally doable. The hardest part of the install definitely was the hoses. They did not fit in the space. One of the hoses is kind of like it's pinched going around the bend just because it didn't fit right. And yes, I double checked and I used them on the right side. The correct hoses are in the correct place and the correct orientation. I mean, there really isn't a ton of room in there to work with at all in the first place. So you can't knock it too much for that, but yeah, the hoses were definitely like, they felt like they were cut a little too short, and it felt like it was just gonna slip off if I pulled it too much in one direction. So be mindful of that. So would I recommend getting an intercooler? Yes, I would. You're gonna be paying all this money for the extra power, but then you're gonna get about 5 minutes worth of power before it gets heat soaked, and you lose all that power that you paid for. And look at how pretty that is. So, thanks for watching the video. I apologize for having to film with my phone because I don't own a GoPro, so those are expensive. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, then let me know. If you didn't like the video, then stop watching my videos, I guess. Let me know what I should do next for videos, because I need ideas. It's hard to come up with ideas. Yeah, well, I will see you all in the next video.